How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to the Blue Shifting, and welcome back to Muv-Luv Total Eclipse. Yeah, it's just pretty much we're DEFCON 0. It's just bad. So the terrorists, it looks like the terrorists have been taken care of. Our operation was mostly successful, but we weren't able to stop whatever their exit strategy was, which was to just stop all communication, including their own. So remember how they we were able to find out that they had specific channels that they were leaving open? I think those are gone now. So now we have the crisis, and it looks like we're evolving into the beta have now stormed through the base. They're heading towards Redshift, and we have moments and no way to coordinate with anybody about fixing the problem. So yeah, it's great. It's good stuff. It's good stuff. Let's see if we can actually find a solution here, because I don't know. It's feeling like we're up against a pretty significant wall of just death. So yeah, let's just jump right into it. It's the start of a chapter. So while it feels super intense, I don't know. Chapters have been very interesting in their length, where some have really been fairly long and some have been relatively short. I don't know exactly how far we're gonna progress in this episode, but I hope we at least get to a solution. So we'll see. Let's jump right in. Detriov, Lieutenant Sendek, what's going on? Okay, so that's the communication blackouts happened. Now we have no idea what's happening. So either Redshift will go into effect, or the entire base will burn to ash following a concentrated nuclear attack. Aww, not Inya. No.
大丈夫よ、イーニャ。大丈夫じゃねえよ。レーダーの最終更新見てみろ。レーダーがどんだけ帯作ってると思ってんだ。今この瞬間、これがさらに伸びてんだぞ。
That column might be over 100 kilometers long.
これじゃ間に合わない。高村、時間はあとどんだけ残ってるんだよ。
That's a lot of beta for 5 people.
タイタンに完熟。
Let's just assume it's 30 minutes then. Maybe less.
小型種まで相当しなきゃならないんだろ。ダメだ。間に合わない。そんなの絶対に無理だ。
I mean, she's kind of right. I mean, fetch me. It's this would be tough for a full squadron of TSFs, fully equipped and backed up with artillery to actually pull this off. She's right. There's nothing else we can do. Alaska's doomed. It'll either sink into the ocean or burn in a nuclear hellfire, but its fate won't change. What? Huh? I mean, if anyone can, it'd be you guys, but still, how? Wish we had the freaking railgun.
待て、ビアチェノは少尉。許可できない。私は諦めない。バカ！現実を見ろよ！残弾はない。推進剤もない。データリンクも満足に機能しない状態で、どうやってこれだけの数を掃除するってんだ！失敗したんだよ！私たちは！もう脱出するしかねえんだよ！弾がなければ切ればいい。刃が折れれば機体で潰す。私たちは、祖国と人民を守るために戦う。
I mean, she's got a point. This, Redshift happens. Russia's pretty much just gone. All that's left of the infrastructure of the Russian, nation is in Alaska, and they're directly in the dead zone of Redshift. There might be fragments left, but they're literally going to be fragments. They're essentially going to be regulated to a full refugee status at this point. Kriska. Even you won't make it out alive. Even you. Teresa's right. We're comrades in arms. Our national origin doesn't matter. We share a bond between us that can never be broken. I'm willing to put everything on the line for their sake, to entrust them with my life without a second thought. Not because they're American like me, but because that's what it means to fight for a common cause. He's very UN pilled now, which is great, actually. Cut the chicken crap, Teresa. It's not about whether I can make it in time or not, because we have to. Don't complicate things.
Yuuya, お前まで何言ってる? 弾もほとんど残ってないくせに.
I don't know. Go out swinging?
私たちは失敗した。吠えたって現状は変わらないんだよ。生き残ることを考えなきゃダメだ。どんな時でも生き残る。生きてるから戦えるんだよ。
She's right.
死んだら意味がないんだよ。
Okay, well, kind of right. Okay, so here's my thinking. Like, it's not likely that even if they run, they would actually have a good chance of surviving. We're talking about, like, super nuclear holocaust. We're talking about odds in the stratosphere of even being found, because the chances of people being able to come in and look for you after this explosion, pretty low. And the chances that they would even do so, even lower. But on the other hand, like, she's kind of right, because like I'm guessing they're gonna take a heroic route here, and that's cool. But when it comes to reality, Teresa's honestly on the right path here, where like those who learn to run away live to fight another day. Now you don't run away just because things get tough, but if it's unamenable, like if you're gonna suffer more losses and gain nothing, there's no point in sticking around. It's better to save whatever can be saved. I want to live, believe me, but sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. I can't believe you're wanting to give up already. People are dying out there, and I'm sure the Soviet army's moving into position too. If we coordinate with their armored units, then maybe. Yeah. Okay, so I think this is what's really up here. So if we were 100% isolated and there was absolutely no chance of help from the outside, period, we should retreat. It'd be no point sticking around. But even with communications down, a lot of this can't be going completely unnoticed. I mean, with the broadcast and everything, people know there's stuff going down. So he's saying, like, look, we have to try, because if we can provide even the slightest bit of a chance that outside forces that can't communicate with us would be able to respond and provide the help that we need to fill in the gap, we could succeed. It's putting a lot of faith in the Russian and U.S. governments to not only to have them be very proactive, but also to be prepared for this. It's a lot to ask, but there is an argument to be made there, where it's like, it sucks, but even with a small hope, considering what's at stake, it might be worth throwing in all our chips for a Hail Mary if it can make that slightest difference that can tip the scale. It's the definition of a gamble. But like I said, even in Teresa's retreat, the best case scenario to me seems like survival's still super unlikely, so maybe it is really worthwhile to do this. Sorry, Teresa, I know you're the one who's making sense, but I walk my own path and I'll never deviate from it. If I change my ways now just because everything's falling apart, might as well drop dead on the spot. The way I see it, there's only two choices. I can either fight and survive, or kick the bucket here. Here she goes. I'm tagging along. Kriska, let's massacre these gosh darn beta. We're not leaving a single one alive. Roger that. Keep on killing until your TSF can't move anymore. I just forwarded you the updated prediction for the beta distribution area based on the speed of the destroyer classes advance. Teresa, how you want to live is your choice, so please, escape to safety. Live on, whatever it takes. Yui, you have to bring Teresa Shiranui II back to Japan no matter what. See you later. Well, that puts them in a sticky wicket, doesn't it? Oh, he's still alive. Genuinely shocked.
機関の忠誠は立派だが、今回は耐えてほしい。何？焦る必要はない。親衛隊も次の作戦での略取に同意してくれている。
So the Germans are at least partly colluded with them. I think there's I can't remember the name. I know it's a German name, a German word, but like there is a like a very popular, untranslated as of yet Muv-Luv side story that like has to do with the European front that has like a German name. I wonder if that story is tied to this, because it sounds like the German like contingent of like the remaining like nations are some of the ones that are really making pushes for the subterfuge of like, I'm guessing without like much of a homeland, they're feeling very ousted, very vulnerable, very much like Russia is, but it sounds like they're being hyper proactive and like potentially like starting an instigation, because like it seems they're being hyper aggressive about like collecting information, and it looks like the master's in cahoots with them.
わかりました。そういうことであれば。
機関の理解と協力に感謝する。では、艦長。
はっ。我が艦は作戦を中止し、当海域を即時離脱します。
Okay, so submarine captain, is this from earlier? Was this that mission back in like the freaking Caribbean, or is there a submarine sitting out off the coast? Because they better leave if they're still out there.
航海の無事を祈る。
少佐。くそ。一度今一歩のところで
Yeah, okay, it was
引かざるを
before.
得なかったからな。ここは絶対に手に入れておかねば。あれは高機動車。やっぱりまだ中にいやがるんだな。何をのんきにやってる。
Idle test flight field hangar, Yukon Army Base.
誰もいない。脱出した？いや、気配が残ってなさすぎる。ん？20匹。
Oh, interesting.
なるほど。部下どもはこの奥か。やられたな。以前は気づかなかった。秘密主義者どもめ。手間をかけさせやがって。だが、空き家になっちまえば意味はない。これは、培養層か。こんなものが。もしや、第三計画の遺品？
Oh, he found it.
やられた。最初の部屋にあった資料はダミーか。
Oh, that's kind of cool. They had this whole screen set up for if they, in a situation where people like tried to infiltrate and take their information. They had a false flag like laboratory, and this is the real lab because it's the Alternative 3 program. Because that's the thing, is like they don't understand. Like I guess maybe it's not as apparent for most people, because like they wouldn't be familiar with what Alternative 3 was, but like since we learned about Alternative 3 in Alternative, it was almost immediate when I was like, they must be part of Alternative 3, like the clear like subconscious psychic stuff going on, and like the outfits and the way they look. But yeah, like it must be interesting. It's like I kind of assumed that Christopher already knew about that connection. I guess he didn't realize how proper that connection actually was.
お宝を見つけたぞ。何としても持ち帰ってやる。部下どもはどこだ？
いけないな。
Uh-oh.
他人の家に勝手に上がり込んでは。
Hey, Sadek, what are you doing here?
まだ生きているか？
Soviet personnel. It's not just Soviet personnel. I know that voice.
いい目を
Yeah,
して
see?
その野獣のような目。嫌いではないがな。
Oh. So he's already gone.
声は出せまい。いや。
Oh,
呼吸も無理
gosh.
だろう。頸椎が折れているのだ。もってあと数分。
So he just came out and just took out his neck.
すまんな。見られたからには返すわけにはいかんのだ。
Well, cool. They're very, very particular. Like, Sadek to the point where, like, as soon as, like, the operation was being a success, he went and personally went to sit to make sure that their assets were safe. Even knowing that the whole world could explode. Maybe he's there specifically to, like, if there is the detonation and somehow the base is still standing, he might be there to, like, make sure everything gets destroyed. Kind of what happened with the railgun, where we're like, we can't let this fall into other hands, so let's destroy it before we let anyone else get to it. Alright, let's go, Kriska. Huh?
ホワイトファングマンよりかつデータを更新した。より精度が上がっているはずだ。
Gosh darn it, Yuuya. Of course you're gonna come.
外部への連絡が遅れる以上、レーザー級の相当は後回しだ。まずは基地の外に流出したデータを叩く。
Great, yep. Gotta leave the laser class behind, that's terrifying. Yuuya.
人類の刃たる英士が何もせずに折れるわけにはいかないからな。ビャチェの少尉、国を思う英士の気持ちはいずれも同じだ。私も同行させてもらう。
Aww. Yeah. Yui's completely right. It's how surface pilots roll. We can set our differences aside and come together when our lives are on the line. Camaraderie is everything in a real battle. I'll never forget the smile on your faces, not for as long as I live. Our chance of victory is extremely low, but that doesn't matter. Sometimes you just have to risk it. God, don't ever send this guy to Vegas. Hey, Teresa, you too.
付き合ってやるよ。お前らが死んじまったら目覚めが悪いからな。
She's like, I'm not gonna be a sole survivor, dang it.
言っとくけど、お前のためだとかソ連のためとかじゃないぞ。私は私の仲間のために戦う。それだけだ。
Yeah, very soon, Dre. Yeah, right, you're not fooling anyone. Even India's laughing at her. Fighting side by side with your brothers and sisters in arms. Just you against the world. One of the few perks of the life at the front lines. Wish it didn't take me forever to get to this point. Even a guy like me would have made a million friends. Well, not like I could say that out loud. Everyone would get mad at me for making light of actual combat. Here we go. Oh no. They better not, like, I was about to say, it's like, could this be like our secret ops guys who've been missing this entire time? But no, Fighting Falcons, that's just like the normal US contingent. So is this like, are we still getting harassed by terrorists? Are they seriously gonna come after us now? Good grief. Let him come, I'll smash him all to pieces. Oh, this is at the headquarters. Better know what this is.
こっちだ。テロリストどもの抵抗は明らかに連携が取れていない。奇襲は成功したんだろうよ。
推奨を口にするとはね。軍曹はソ連軍人として珍しい部類だな。
ここだ。
Yeah.
彼女だ。間違いない。
Such a brutal way to go.
第二目標の死亡を確認。作戦を継続せよ。
Right, they want the master.
ドール大尉、我々に力を貸してください。英雄と呼ばれたあなたの協力が欲しい。
God, this music. Every time this music kicks in, it's just like, God, my soul. Every time.
どのようなそしりを受けようとも、すべて感受する覚悟はできています。ですが信じてください、大尉。 我々は連中とは違う。無駄な人殺しをするつもりはありません。声なき者の声を世界に発信し認めさせるには綺麗事だけで済むとは考えていません。世界に変革をもたらす尊い犠牲なのです。私はこれだけの命を奪っておきながらのうのうと生きながらえるつもりはありません。後に続く者たちに全て託すつもりです。
It's so sad that people can be so driven by the idea of something so good, but then be twisted into something so wrong.
その者たちをあなたに導いてほしいんです。今の話を聞いて確信しました。やはりあなたなら標準派など必要としない本当の解放運動ができるに違いありません。私は間違っていません。
人間は古より進化したわけでも上等になったわけでもないのだろう。恥という概念を忘れた人間は究極的にまで横暴になれる。
Yeah.
狭窄した視野では未来など見えるはずもないだろう。他人に思考を委ねて何になるというのだ。
It's true. Nothing good will ever come from letting others think for yourself. I think that's really important. If you're going to take this practically, I'd say that the personal politics, not like what politics you support or not support, like that really doesn't matter. It's if you start using political lines to define yourself, it's dangerous to use a group conglomerate or a particular figurehead to dictate how you think. That could be an influencer, it could be a specific politician, it could be a party. I think if you always just assume that that party's interests or that person's interests are going to be in line with what you want, you're putting on your blinders, you're covering your face, you're burying your head, because you're letting others think for you. But it's a dance. You've got to try and find the people who represent your interests and your desires best, but you have to be willing to look outside of the normal group of whatever you like. In America, that's why I refuse to register as a particular party. I don't care if I tend to agree with one more than the other. There are things I don't agree with, and there are people who are in either party that I don't agree with. I try to take things by case. I try to look at an individual based on their personality, their actions, their choices, their professed beliefs, and their desires for change. And I'm still probably caught up in the blindness of the system that just is there because it's hard, and I don't know enough to be able to make tons of good choices, but that's the idea, is that I think we need to constantly remind ourselves that whether it's in a governmental sense or at your work sense or in your family, letting others think for you is dangerous because you have to accept the consequences of the choices even if you don't make them. Part of letting others make those choices is a comfort because you feel like you can't be held responsible for it, but that's not the case. Like, when bad things happen and you don't do anything or don't say anything, that's as much of an action as saying something. And that's a responsibility you have to accept. And it's part of the problem is that it can be really easy to just detach. We play video games to escape. We read books, we watch movies to escape. But the thing is that the best stories, the best books, the best games, the best everything remind us of the core things in life that actually matter and why they matter. It's not just a way to just kind of unplug. It's a way to remind ourselves of what values matter and to put ourselves in situations and scenarios where we can contemplate and be like, what actually is important here? Because someday we might find ourselves in a similar situation, and being able to conceptualize and think for ourselves and not let others think for us is really important.
デルタフォースから通信センターの制圧に成功したとの連絡が入った。 だが向こうにもマスターはいなかったとのことだ。
Yeah, he's long gone. Again, I said it from the beginning. He set this whole setup. He designed it to be able to make him keep himself safe. He never showed his face. They barely even knew he was here, and he made sure to get out. And yet he was so persuasive and so cult leader-ish that it all seemed to be something that was forced upon him. That they demanded he leave, that he keep himself safe. But he orchestrated all of that. He likely chose Valentine because he knew that she would be more interested in keeping him alive than anything else. She was designed to take the fall here. Even if she'd somehow actually succeeded, which I bet the Master never assumed would actually happen. But even if she had succeeded, he still would be this puppet master, which is what he wants. He wants actual power. He doesn't want prestige. He doesn't want influence. He's such a slippery, slimy... Just a slug of a person.
たく、これだけ苦労して連絡が取れるのは優先接続された区画のみとな。
逃げられたな。
だろうな。それからジャミングの解除に失敗した。サンダーク中尉とも連絡が取れない。
It wouldn't be too much to hope that the Master slipped outside and got eaten by a beta, would it? Like, that would just be nice. But there's no way.
どういうことだ。司令部と通信センターを抑えてなぜだ。
Yeah, unfortunately.
連中が何かしたらしい。例のプログラムでも突破できなくなっている。
The lockout.
原因が特定できない。これでは制圧に失敗したのと同じだ。
ベータの動きはどうなっている。
あと約15分だ。基地内各地の監視カメラがベータの動きを捕捉している。戦闘集団は最速で15分以内にラインに到達する。
Crap. See,
陸軍が動いた気配もない。
I said that the only hope we really had is that the U.S. and Russian forces outside the base somehow were able to piece together, or at least were trying to prepare for a situation like this that they could react to. If they're not, then we really are doomed.
いよいよ終わりかもな。
特等席で破局を見物させられることになるとはな。肝心なところで部下を殺してしまった時と同じだ。
Northern District, Yukon Army Base. Well, here we go. Heroes to the end.
次ベータめ
Oh, she's so scary.
動きを止めるな。止まったらやられるぞ。
Stand still and you're dead.
未だジャミングが解除されない。航空支援は絶望的。はあ。下道を用いて義を解こうと人の心には届かん。
I honestly agree.
どのような大義があれ下道がまかり通ることなどない。レッドシフトごときで向こうの民を救えるものか。
She's like lecturing whatever terrorists happen to be nearby while she's killing both terrorists, like TSS and
わ
Beta.
からぬでもない。いや
Yeah, no. We're probably gonna see that whole story. I kind of wish that like that had come out first, because I think it would have made more narrative sense to play the prequel first. But hey, whatever.
邪魔するな。今はベータ殲滅こそ最優先。10階にふける余裕はない。
Oh, fetch laser. Oh, they took him out.
皮肉。レーザー属種に助けられようと。
Oh, that is depressing. Hey, look, Laser, the most terrifying beta in the army. They're helping us. That's how bad our situation is.
だがこうしている間にも行かせるか。足止めの餌にすらなれないのか。なぜだ。
They're on a homing mission. Like we've seen this before in the other stories. It's like the beta have a default state. Like if they're not receiving direct commands, they are like their instincts tell them go to the nearest reactor essentially, and like it's just an autopilot like default for them. So that's why like normally they're aggressive towards like humans and resistance because that's what they're programmed to do, is to eliminate like aggressive flora, fauna, take over the planet. But right now they're in default like just get to safety, get to recharge.
南西より接近する気鋭あり。野郎、残存戦術機を全部回しやがったな。数は総数不明。この忌々しいジャミングが遅えよ。いつになったら解除されるんだよ。イーダル1よりホワイトファング1、ラストから1個中隊がいる。
Oh, why does that sound familiar? Last Chokkas?
1個中隊？冗談じゃない。50機相手に4機で何ができるって言うんだよ。今でさ1個大隊。
How did so many TSFs? Why?
到達予測時刻20分を切った。くっそー、砲弾も推進剤もやべえ。終わりなのか。
Probably.
この気持ち、定感というよりは虚無感とでも言うべきだろうか。
神明を通して臨んだ勝負に私は敗れた。
Yeah, unfortunately, it's like, if they were to fall here, for story's sake, I'm guessing they don't, but like, it's pretty bleak, and like, if all the bombs went off, literally, no one would even know that they fought so hard here.
無謀な任務と覚悟はしていたが、それでもこの作戦だけは成功させたかった。自分がどこまでできるのか、何者かに試されているような気がしていたのだ。だが作戦は失敗し、間もなく眼前で大量虐殺が執行される。もはやテロリストを止める手段、部下たちを脱出させる方法も残されていない。
Yeah.
お願い、撃って。
This is from her past, for sure.
私を殺して。撃ってよ。こいつらに食われる前に。お願いよ。
Holy crap.
私はまた何があっても現状を打破し得ない己の非力さにどれほど憤りを感じ歯を食いしばっても、私にはここまでしかできないのか。
God, what a crappy shadow to have over your back every time you move anywhere. Alright, Fang 1, check your 6. Snap out of it, Yui. Stay on the move, Yui. Don't let him draw a bead on you.
そうだ。ユウヤがいれば。
As long as he's here. Oh my gosh. Okay, Yui, it's cute, but at the same time, if he's your only pillar of strength right now, that's kind of concerning. Like, come on, you don't need a guy to make yourself. I guess maybe he's like a beacon of like I can't let myself like give up. But still, come on, Yui.
ユウヤブリッジスがいれば戦える。
Oh, how very Aaron Yeager of you. Can't believe these sons of bees are gonna get this far, little fort's chock full of people. There's kids here! Kids, you for fet's shit's sake! And you don't see a problem with that? Yeah, like literally the terrorists are like, screw stopping beta from killing people. We're gonna send everything we've got to stopping the people trying to kill the beta.
そうだ。私は何をおごっていたのだ。何度打ちのめされようと再び立ち上がればいいだけだ。
It seems silly that they're monologuing at this, but like at the same time, like I totally do that. Like it's not even like just recording, but like if I'm playing like a game and it gets really intense, or I'm like driving like in a stressful situation on the road, I'm talking to myself too. It's like self-pep talk. It's comforting. Die, Beta!
諦めるわけにはいかない。絶対に高村の家督を継ぐと決めた時もそうだった。武家に生を受けた者として高村の家名を守り民を守護する。亡き父に私は誓ったのだ。何者かに試されていたわけではない。己で任を課したのだ。
I like the art style of this pier. Like it definitely wouldn't make a great thumbnail, but like it's a very pretty just like depiction. Just like the almost like a screenplay like slide. but at the same time, like there's a lot of elegance to the drawing here.
神明を投げ打たなければ決して成し得ぬこともある。父は懐中時計だけ残して散った。高村の名を継ぐ者として父に恥じぬ生き方をしなければならない。己が無能でことを諦めてなるものか。私は全てを手に入れる。今手に入れてみせる。
Take him down, Yuuya.
たとえこの先に待っているのが絶望だけだったとしても構わない。最後の瞬間まで自分は戦い続ける。ユウヤ、民を、そしてあの男を。
And that man! That man! What if Yuuya was listening to that? He'd be like, what? Yuuya, let Chris go ahead or we'll never make it in time. The cavalry isn't coming, Yuuya. Those beta ahead of us need to die. It's us or them and the 100,000 people of Yukon. Yeah, force as small as ours can't really afford to lose a TSF, but we'll just have to roll with it.
許可するイーダルは行け。
高村注意。作って。それではここを支えきれなくなる。
You know what? We also can't fight off 100 nukes, so how about you go and we'll just do the best we can.
どうした。行くと言ったのは貴様だぞ。ベータを殲滅しろ。
Get him, take him down.
とっとと行けよ。こいつら全部ぶっ倒したら私らも合流する。任せると勝利。我々の心配は無用だ。すみません。礼を言う。
You two can do it. If anybody can, you can. There we go. He's got me pinned down. Now's my chance. Argus 1 to all TSFs. I'm gonna draw out the enemy. You guys finish them off. Are you serious? This timing couldn't be worse. That was close. Waste of ammo for nothing. Now I'm running low. What? Whoa! What the fetch? Oh crap! Holy crap! B, those are mad TSFs! Drones can deal with, but the actual pilots, they have us surrounded in no time. I know! 2 TSFs incoming!
了解。援護頼む。
甘いんだよ。外した。
The Fighting Falcon has outstanding turning ability, but the area is full of obstacles. It won't be easy to track.
逃げがありますね。罠だ。
Oh, fetch me! No! Fetch trees was supposed to be the decoy, but it was us who fell for it.
こいつら。
Entering enemy entering into your valuable cone. Shake him off now! Fetch, she's on, it's on her tail. Come on, Shiri new second, you got out, but I will fly it. Teresa! Are you serious? No! What? Holy crap. What happened? No way. Are they actually finally gonna show up? Freaking 11th hour. That grating voice can only belong to one person. You know what? Go away. I don't want you coming in here when it's like literally the worst. Like, where were you this entire time if you're gonna end up actually showing up and being relatively good people? No, you don't just get to swing right in here and act like you're on the high and mighty road, like, oh, you couldn't handle things on your own. We took on a freaking entire base on our own, thank you very much. Is that... Right. Yeah, they are. Leon, Sharon, what are you doing here? I'm actually angry. Like, I'm genuinely me as a person. I am so mad that they're coming in here with this attitude too. Like, I want to punch them in the face when they see a Vex. Sharon too, I'll punch her. My voice did crack out there, didn't it? My bad?
素直に礼も言えないのかよ。とだちが知れるぜ。
See, you're still the same annoying piece of turd. I think I was stupid enough to almost thank him.
なんだその態度は。お前のそれが気に食わないんだよ。
I don't know. I'd rather. Why don't you just leave? Get out of here. We'll figure this out. I don't need you. I don't remember asking for help. What have you been anyway? Crying in a corner, afraid of the big bad beta? Please don't tell me you knew something was going down.
はい、そこの二人、喧嘩しない。インフィニティ4より高めな注意。ここは我々が抑えます。期間はベータ相当に向かってください。
And they don't deserve this heroic music.
だが、相手は50機を超えるぞ。無謀だ。
Yuuya, here's the other thing though. The stealth activated, right? How they can only have so many human pilots. Do you think the automated TSFs are gonna actually be able to react to stealth TSFs? Absolutely not. They're gonna get ignored. They're gonna just be sitting ducks.
高めな注意。最優先はベータ殲滅です。期間の作戦は我々が継続し、戦術機をここに足止めします。レーザー級がいる。いかに貴様らでも。
That's the point. Camouflage and stealth are wasted on the beta, but not on a human opponent. This is just what you need to turn it around.
そうですね。では、ブリッジ使用をお貸しいただけますか。
Oh, great. So that's what she's thinking. Argus 1 to White Fang 1. Let's go with Sharon's plan. You and Teresa can take care of the beta.
何？
You go, Yui. Kriska needs your help. We'll be just fine.
しかし。
We still have time. It's not over till the fat lady sings. Let us show you what a unit specializing in anti-TSF warfare is capable of. Can't quite put my finger on why, but I feel perfectly calm. Maybe because I can't begin to count how many times it felt like working with these guys. Feels like another day at the office. The beta are spread out all over the field. A single Terminator can't kill them all, but if you and Teresa join forces with Kriska and Nina, it's a different story. As long as failure isn't a foregone conclusion, I'd say it's worth a shot. We'll keep the enemy busy, you have my word.
そう。高村注意。ここは米軍トップチームに任せてください。ここで落ちるわけにはいかないのよね。いろいろと都合が悪いから。というわけで、ブリッジ少尉をお借りします。
What, we're gonna be bait in the Soviet territory? 'Cause, you know, it's not great if we get shot down there either.
インフィニティ2よりインペリアルガード。ラプターとファイティングファルコンのキルレシオは144対1だ。どっかの下手くそが足を引っ張らなけりゃ問題はない。
Yeah, you're on your best behavior today, Leon. Makes me sick to my stomach. Maybe you finally realize how much you suck at this whole piloting thing. Jeez, this mother trucker never fails to piss me off. Why would you even bring up the catalog specs? Reality isn't that neat and tidy. The Raptor's a technological wonder, but still only 2 on 50 with an extra sheer near second to spare. But like, remember, the stealth is going to just obliterate the automated TSFs. It's not even going to be a competition.
てめえのことを言ってるんだよ、バカが。ジェット燃料の吸いすぎで脳みそ溶けたか。
二人とも、もう挨拶は終わったでしょ。本番よ。
Yeah, let's go.
了解。
Copy that. Here we are, doing our usual routine. While all of us could easily kick the bucket in the next couple of minutes, ain't this something?
ホワイトファングは了解。我々はこれより、ベータを殲滅する。
See ya, guys. Kill him dead.
インフィニティ4より各地、15キロ北上した場所に建造中の衛星都市がある。そこに防衛線を引きましょう。前期この場を急速離脱。インペリアルロイヤルガードとはこの場で別れましょう。
Why does Sharon have data on the Soviet geography? What the hell have these guys been up to? Well, the terrorists are gunning for us, and the U.S. Army is fighting on our side, which wouldn't happen if Americans were secretly masterminding the incident. I hope. I don't know about that. Like I said, I don't think they're masterminding. I think they were just aware and they used it to their advantage. I don't think they planned it, and I don't think they're backing it. It seems like the Germans are the most likely culprits there, but they're totally like, okay, we know this is gonna happen, so let's actually make use of it, which is just so filthy. It's the same thing the Russians did.
んだよ。
Nothing. As much as I hate this dip crap, I have to recognize he's got the skills to back it up. Physically pains me, but I'll make an exception and trust him for now. Okay. Well, that's something. 113 kilometers northwest.
なんということだ。どのように計算をしても拡散してしまったベータを私たちだけで殲滅するのはほぼいや限界値まで、いや限界を超えるまで。でも
So she's like, we push it to the absolute limit. Well, we might not even survive, and we still might not make it.
ダメ。この子だけは。
クリスカ、
何イニア。
クリスカは何を守りたい？
Ooh, interesting question.
え、とうとう祖国。それにイーニャよ。
あとは？私知ってるよ。だって私たちは一つだから。
そうだね。私たちは二人で一つだものね。
だからわかるよね。
いいにゃ。でも戻ってこれなくなる。
Wait, what are they talking about?
でもクリスカもユーヤも好きだから。
Why?
あなた言葉で。
二人でやればできるよ。
Enya.
いいにゃ。私はなぜそう思うのかは自分でもわからない。でも私はあの男が。
Okay, so I totally get that she's kind of Enya's helping her confront these feelings, but like, what is she talking about? Like, we have to do it and it'll be okay.
ユーヤ・ブリッジスが生きるこの世界を守りたい。
This guy's a Riz. I don't get. Like, I understand, like, he's a cool guy, and I can understand that they could have a crush on him, sure. But how did he convince, like, Kriska, Enya, and Yui to, like, be all, like, it's like he's, like, become their pure motivation. Like, more than protecting the motherland for Kriska, more than like anything like for Yui. Remember, like Yui, she was having like a crisis where she was like reflecting on her own like failings and her own inadequacies. And what was it that snapped her out of it? I must protect Yuya Bridges. And here we're seeing it again. Like, what is this guy? Like, he must have the most insane pheromones ever, because it's ridiculous that he's like so centralized for these people. In such a short amount of time, he's hijacked all of their own like self-determination into becoming motivation for him. It's kind of funny, and I get it's probably mostly for a story beat, but it's like it's so far. Like even like Yufei, like she developed this crush on Yuya, but like she kind of makes sense, where she just has this crush on him, but it's like he's not like her one reason that she kept fighting. Like, what is this?
今心からそう思っているの。
Whatever. I mean, am I in the wrong here? Am I blowing this out of proportion? That it feels like it's a little too much. Ugh.
やっぱり私と同じだね。
じゃあ二人で守ろう。
一つになって
Aww.
Yuyaの
She's
世
like,
界を。
yeah. Idle test flight field hangar.
なるほど。研究資料は破棄されず全てそのまま残っているようだな。
Ah.
ベリア F め。
I remember he was ordered to destroy it. The guy just refused to. Dang. I mean, I get it. It's probably like, he's like, this is my life's work. I don't have any value if I don't keep this up. But at the same time, like, that was dangerous.
やはり通信施設はジャミングされたまま。突入の失敗は確定的か。あと10分。限界だな。ん？今誰か。
Oh, how is she contacting him?
ビアチノは少尉。戦況はどうなっている？報告せよ。
間に合わない。
間に合わないと言ったのか。防衛しているのは貴様だけか。中村の部隊はどうなった？増援は？
ラフカだと？そこまで事態が逼迫しているのか？
お願いです。プラフカ。
待て。貴様らは私と共にフェアバンクスへ脱出。いや、アメリカへ亡命したところで、研究の成果を吸い上げられて飼い殺されるだけ。それでは望みを果たせない。
Interesting.
生きる意味もない。
Dispose of the samples. What is he trying? What samples? What is he doing? Is he like still trying to like? Maybe he's essentially continuing Alternative 3 to try and create like super soldiers rather than trying to create a means to contact the beta. Like Kriska and Inya are his like example of like what is possible, and he wants to make like a whole unit maybe of them. That's kind of crazy, but pretty cool if you could actually make it happen.
運命の女神が突きつける選択肢。ここが勝負どころであろうな。プラーフカを発動する。
でも解放を要求。限界値の解放を要求。
Exceed limits.
どういうことだ？通常のプラーフカでは目的を達成できないという。
He's like, wait. Like, our ultimate secret weapon mode might not actually work here? Fetch me.
答えろ。貴様はプラーフカの最大レベルでの解放を求めているのか？繰り返す。貴様はプラーフカの限界値での解放を要求しているのか？貴様は自分の要求が理解できているのか？
はい。
He's like, holy
そう
crap.
とすれば、ベータは殲滅できるかもしれないが、ほぼ確実に組対の完全崩壊を引き起こす。知らぬはずはないのに求めるのか？
Oh. So, they're gonna like fuse probably, their minds are probably gonna fuse so so perfectly, they might not actually be able to come out of it. They won't even count as like a person anymore. They'll just become a perfect killing machine. And it might not even be able to be switched off. So maybe they even have a failsafe that kicks in to like prevent them from just starting to kill everything. Or something like that. Like point of no return type stuff.
なぜだ？ありえない。そうまでしなければ間に合わないというなら、今すぐ亡命すべきだ。いや、それをしたとで。
He doesn't want to lose them.
ただ生き残ることに意味はない。このような決断は慣れている。私は常に逆風の中で紙一重の選択を繰り返してきた。己が命に対する恐怖感など、微塵も存在していない。
Fetch me.
ならば、なぜ私は今ためらっている？いや、この戸惑いに意味はない。人生をかけた勝負に一抹のためらいが介入することに不自然さはない。それだけのこと。プラーフカを最大レベルで解放する。ベータを殲滅せよ。
Oh man.
この後に及んで生きる意味を問い直すことになるとはな。
ダンダーク。
なんだ？
ありがとうございます。
Fetch me.
これで大切なものを守れます。
そうか。実験体に過ぎない人形が何かを守りたがる。
私たちを受け入れてください。感謝します。
なぜ私はそれを自然に受け入れているのか。
Because despite the fact that you tried to classify them as dolls, he knows that they're people.
では、お別れです。
Dang.
ああ。ビャーチャの勝利。ブーンを祈る。
Fetch me.
インフィニティ4よりタッチ。接敵推定時間まで約200秒。
Okay, I think we're gonna end there. It's not the best place, but I feel like if we go much longer, I'm gonna go for another hour. And so we now know that like what's on the line, but I think we're gonna see the conclusion. Fighting the TSFs here with Sharon and the Infinities, and then whatever Pavrov or whatever that word was, like what is that gonna end up looking like is terrifying, but yeah. Oh, I'm spent. It sucks. It's actually awesome. It's a good story, but like, oh, this situation is horrible. Man, how does this game, how do all these Muv-Luv stories always make it feel like things are, there's like, how, like it makes you like stand on the edge of like, how can things possibly actually work out? Like most stories I read, even when they get really intense, like they don't approach this level of just like absolute like cliff edge of death and just utter failure. And yet it always ends up like clinching a win that makes sense in the end, which is really, really cool. I love it. Yeah, I'm excited for it. Thank you so much for being here today. Thank you so much for joining me on the channel and being a part of this story. Hope you enjoyed today's episode and the build up and setup for what I'm guessing is going to be a supremely explosive next week episode next week. So hopefully you'll stick around for that. Hopefully you're excited to see it as much as I am, because oh boy. Thank you for your time. Thank you so much for spending your, the first part of your week here. Like, we're rolling right into the Christmas season, whether you celebrate it or not. And New Year's, of course. Like, it's an exciting time of year. Thank you for spending some of your precious time with me. Hopefully you continue to make time with, with what you got to do to, get your stuff in order. Make sure you got your time for your family and your friends. But if within all the craziness of this season, you still make time for me, it means a lot. So hopefully I can make it up to you and make it worth your time. Thank you. Especially to the patrons and the members who support the channel directly, helping me build something better than what I have before, and hopefully moving forward to something greater in the future. But until the next video you're watching me or happen to see me in next, I'll see you there.